Hi, this is a very quick message to my students, to those of you that have been using my courses to prepare for these exams, for those of you that have been using the channel. However you've been working, I know that behind the scenes you have been preparing like mad, and you are now going into that very first paper one. And I just want to wish you all the very best. I want to tell you to stay positive. We know there'll be questions that you will think, oh my goodness me, what am I doing with this? All right, don't panic. Don't let it put you off. You've got a lot of knowledge. Go in confident and stay positive. I do want to give a couple of last little tips that may be useful. And I also wanted to just mention how quick revision will work now that paper one is behind us. Okay. So a couple of tips. First one is, as you're working through the paper, keep a close eye on those marks. The ones that are generally areas that people lose marks in are the 2-mark questions. They're just not getting that method down and therefore losing the mark. So if it's got 2 marks, make sure you've got 2 things going on that page and not just the answer. So if it's got 2 marks, make sure you've got 2 things going on that page and not just the answer. As you're reading through the question, think about your keywords and what do they trigger? What's the knowledge that you have? If you have a question that you know you can do, we all get them. Our mind just goes blank. If you get a question like that, don't even do it. It's probably what I'm trying to say. Don't even do it. Leave it. If you know it and your mind's gone blank, give your mind a break. Don't force it. Just move on. And 9 times out of 10, when you go back to it, your brain will have caught up. Use your diagrams, use them as well as just to gain information from, but add to. If you find a missing angle, write it on the diagram so that it's there to help you with the next steps. Draw diagrams. I know it sounds silly, but if you're getting a little bit stuck with a question, get a picture built, draw it, see it visually, use circles to represent, I don't know, cakes or whatever the story might be about. Draw your own diagrams, can make a big difference as well. I think the only other thing I would say, I mean, there's so much advice out there and it's all really, really good advice. I've obviously marked so many exam papers, and we all do it, I have a maths degree, I do it. We make silly mistakes. We write numbers back to front, or we do, I don't know, 5 times 4 is 25. We can make silly mistakes. Now, we want to avoid it as much as possible. And from what I've seen, it most commonly happens on the questions that we're most confident on. So this is my top tip. This is my piece of advice for that. If you've just completed a question that you're super confident on, it might be worth 3 or 4 marks. Just pop a little E or a star or something by that question so that if you've got time at the end, you can go back through those. You probably won't feel like you need to check it because it felt easy. But as I say, from my experience of marking, this really is where marks can get lost. All right, for quick revision, it'll go quiet for 2 or 3 days. What I need to do is look at all the scripts. I want to see all the paper ones from all the boards, see what's gone. I don't want to be producing anything that's not going to help. It's not going to help you prepare for paper 2 and paper 3. So obviously everything will be calculator. The vast majority will be like the most popular topics we see. I'm obviously not just going to stick to that. We need to see those odd ones that are a bit more unique so that we, just get used to how we problem solve those. But that's the plan. So it'll take me a couple of days because I've got to obviously get eyes on the papers, and then make sure I put together the right type of questions moving forward. So finally, what I came on here to say, have a great exam. Go for it, go in positive, stay positive. Don't let anything knock your confidence. You've got it. You've got this.